KEA Kids News.
Look, here it comes.
We catch up with the Endeavour as it arrives in Auckland on the Toya 250 tour. And we find out what life was really like for those on board 250 years ago.
They used to sit on their hole there, do their business, then they used to wipe their bums.
Can the current junior off-road Kiwi truck racing champ hold on to his title in this fast, loud and dirty competition?
Off-road racing is fast, dirty, loud and awesome.
Kia ora, I'm Jimmy Riley and I'm reporting for KEA Kids News. Breaking news, the HMB Endeavour replica is arriving in Auckland. Look, here it comes. HMS Endeavour was a British Royal Navy ship, commanded by Lieutenant James Cook. It took them 3 years to get here. Imagine living on the Endeavour for 3 years. The tugboat's pulling the Endeavour in right now. It's going to park right here. How cool is that? Whoa, this is awesome. The Endeavour just pulled up, and I'm here with Debbie from Fremantle. Kia ora, Debbie.
How are you doing? I'm really pleased to be here and share the story of the Endeavour. It's a beautiful vessel built in my home city of Fremantle. It got started in 1988 and we finished it in 1993.
There's so many ropes. I wonder if they've all got different names.
There's standing rigging, there's running rigging, there's long ropes, fat ropes, skinny ropes and short ropes. When you're up the top there on the main mast, you're 30+ metres up.
How are the sailors punished if they did something bad?
Well, Captain Cook was a very fair captain, but we did have 2 men who tried to desert in Tahiti. They were brought back to the ship and they were lashed 24 times by a thing called the cat-o'-nine tail. So once your shirt was off and you got whipped with this on the back, you had welts and cuts on your back. And so some of the sailors would then put salt water into the wounds and that would sting even more.
The top part of the stern was called the poop deck. In case you're wondering, the poop deck comes from a French word, la poupe. It means stern. And not to be confused with poop your pants. This is where the ship's wheel was located. The poop deck was elevated so the captain could have a clear view. What's the most fun part of your job?
The most fun part of my job is sailing the ship because it sails absolutely beautifully. It really does.
On the old days, how did they go to the toilet?
Well, there were only men, there were no women, so that took out one problem. Number 2, I'll show you down here, there's a little thing called a pissoir, which they can have a little pee. And right up the forward, in the head of the ship, is what they call the heads, and we still call toilets on ships heads. And I'll show you them as well. There's basically some toilet seats that you do it over the bow, okay?
That was so cool, meeting the captain. So when the shipmates went to the toilet, they went to the head or the front of the boat. 94 men going to the toilet every day. That head must have been busy. Wow, they even set up an authentic Endeavour toilet experience. They've even got authentic toilet paper. Look! 250 years ago, they used to sit on their hole there, do their business, then they used to chuck the rope in, or as I call it, authentic toilet paper, then they used to wipe their bums. The disgusting thing was that they all shared it. Ugh! Life was gnarly 250 years ago. Actually, talking about toilets, I would rather use this one. That's better. This is Jimmy Riley signing up for KEA Kids News.
Reporting for KEA Kids News. Here in the national final, there are kids competing in off-road trucks. the New Zealand World Champion, Sally Hodgson. And he's my brother. Are you successful because of me?
Probably not, but maybe a little bit. But more my family getting my car ready. Maybe you could help get the car ready today.
Maybe not. The kids get to race in a special style truck. The first truck is called a J truck, and then the second truck is called an M truck. The J's are raced by the little kids and the beginners, and then the M's are raced by the older kids. How old are you?
I'm 12 years old.
Why do you like racing so much?
I don't know, I just like getting muddy and having some fun and yeah.
How does it feel to race with boys?
I don't know, I just like racing with boys and it's good girls get out there and compete with the boys because they need a challenge sometimes.
How often are people really surprised of what you're doing?
They all think like girls can't do stuff and I think that's like wrong. So I always try to say, well, girls can do it, so I give it my best shot and prove them wrong, so yeah.
What was the scariest thing that happened in the race just before?
The scariest thing was I was going fast down the hill and because there's a very, very, very big ditch over there and I was scared I was going to go in there.
Who's your biggest competition this year at the Nationals?
Probably Jack and Matthew and the other two M classes.
You stay away from my brother.
I'll see about that.
We're about to start the last race of the day. At the moment, Harry is at the lead of his class and Holly is the lead of her class. And it all could change in this single race. Holly, Ray, then Harry. That means Holly just won her class and Harry just won his. This is Sally, reporting from the Off-Road National Final.